welcome back to my channel. This is Art Smiles Back, and today I'm making a painting. You heard me right, a painting using markers. Yep, these markers are dollar store markers from the 99-cent store, $3.99, and they're water-based markers with a brush nib and a pointy tip. I don't know how else to describe that, but basically I did a video, my previous one, where I used these and I use them as markers and paint, but in this video I'm showing you kind of, this reminds me of watercolor color pencils, but instead of color pencils you're using the paint or the markers. I don't know if, like, growing up starting to do art, I didn't have a lot of art supplies. I had like my Crayola color pencils, my Crayola crayons, and my Crayola markers, and I feel like, and you have like the not so good quality of watercolor that's like very chalky. So if you're gonna start out and you want to try watercolor, I feel like this is the best way to do that, because you have a 2-in-1 product. So the reason I bought these is because I was like, wow, like at the time that I bought these, Copic markers were very in, and everyone was like, wow, Copic, wow, alcohol markers, blendy blend, okay. But I was thinking, what can I do that's inexpensive for my viewers who maybe are starting out doing art? They don't have the money and they want to try something and try to blend with it. So something important is, if you're going to use watercolor or water on paper, you need to make sure that your paper is good quality paper. So the paper that I'm using here is like a hard watercolor paper. You could use cardstock and like file it down to make it more absorbent, like on the first layer, or sand it down more so. Yeah, and you see, like, I'm adding these details with the marker after I already went in with the marker as paint, and that's how you get dimension when you add the darker colors and the lighter colors. So it was really fun to do this, fun, and I don't know what I was doing honestly with the darkness there. I think I was trying to add the dimension. I didn't know what to add, but the skyline was so beautiful, and I'm really not the best at drawing or painting water. I think it's hard with the shoreline, like, you know how when it ripples there's like white foam froth. Like, I didn't get that in this, but it doesn't really matter, right? Because when you're creating art, you're creating it for yourself, for the enjoyment, for the relaxation. And as you can see here, I'm using I think it was Haagen-Dazs like lid for ice cream. So you just like scribble the marker down on the lid, and then you can use water and any paintbrush. I think these were like inexpensive from like Ross or something like that. So yeah, you can mix the colors like this, which is awesome because you don't need a fancy watercolor. I have some watercolor that are pretty expensive, and honestly this works equally if not better, because you're not wasting whatever pigment you're using is what you use. I feel like, I mean, also with watercolor you don't really waste so much, but if you're like mixing a lot, some of the colors that are on the palette that you mix don't get used up all the way. But what I like about using this is that the markers can add detail. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.